Repetition isn't boring, it's a superpower for artists. Ever wonder why drawing the same thing over and over feels so satisfying or so frustrating? What if I told you that repetition wasn't just practice, it's the key to finding your artistic voice? I drew the same cherry blossom numerous times, realistic, dreamy, dramatic, and tonal. It wasn't just about technique, it was about who I am as an artist. In this video, we're exploring the incredible benefits of drawing the same subject over and over again. I'll walk you through the science of how we learn through repetition, show you how master artists use the same method to deepen their voice, and share what drawing this delicate blossom has taught me about perception, emotion, and focus. Neurologists have found that when you repeat a visual task, you don't just get better, you change your brain. We live in a world obsessed with novelty. As artists, we are pressured constantly to create something new. But in this series, I did the opposite. I drew the cherry blossom, the same flower, but different compositions. Each time, something changed. The tools, the color, and most surprisingly, me. When you repeat a visual task, you don't just get better, your brain rewires itself. So what happens when you draw the same thing again and again? In psychological terms, this process is called deliberate practice, a concept coined by K. Anders Ericsson, who studied how experts improve. It's not just practice that matters, it's how intentional and reflective that practice is. When you repeat skill-based tasks like drawing the same flower, your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with visual analysis, hand coordination, and creative problem solving. According to a study published in Cognitive Science, repetition improves visual memory and helps the brain form schemas. Repetition isn't just a technique, it's how the brain learns. Think about how children learn to write and draw. They trace the same letters over and over. They draw the same sun or the same face again and again. Not because they lack imagination, but because they're wiring their motor skills and their visual memory into their system. So when I return to the Sakura blossom again and again, I'm not just practicing, I'm training my brain, and the process feels more meditative. This idea isn't new. Some of the greatest artists in history used repetition to find mastery, depth, and skill. Monet painted haystacks dozens of times to explore how light shifted their mood. Hakusai created over 36 views of Mount Fuji, each with different perspectives and meaning. Many artists have certain periods where they focus on one subject. Van Gogh himself revisited sunflowers because, in his word, it meant something to him. Returning to the familiar form lets you explore everything around the subject: light, mood, materials, and, eventually, meaning. You stop copying and start understanding. You start seeing structures and gestures and possibilities. You ponder, analyze, and make drawings. This is often the first pass for an artist. We're gathering up data. I didn't expect it, but the Sakura became one of my teachers. The first time I drew it, I just wanted to capture its beauty. But as I returned to it, something changed. I began to notice how light transforms the blossoms. You could see hints of pinks and lilacs and red, and how the same branch could look delicate or stylized. It taught me where my style was leaning, and how mood could be changed by the simplest thing. By sticking to one subject, I gave myself space to observe and to listen, so to speak. Okay, so one of the first drawings in my Sakura series, I focused on being more stylized. I kept the background plain, just to give the drawing space to breathe. The second version was very similar to the first. What I wanted to do with this one was to create a background, and when I stopped worrying if it was going to look right, it all came together nicely. In one of my last drawings, I used fewer colours and I used charcoal. I wanted more contrast. It was deliberate, and yes, it was bold, and the result, well, I'll let you judge. I found that it wasn't about repetition, it was about intention. Now, one of the biggest questions that artists ask is, how do I find my style? Or how do I discover my style? The answer isn't necessarily to draw lots and lots of different subjects. The answer is to go deeper. A wise man once said, "Style isn't something you choose. It's what remains when you stop trying to impress and start trying to express." When you draw the same subject numerous times, you start making decisions that reflect you. Do you emphasize shape? Do you simplify, or do you like lots of detail? Are your lines sharp or are they soft? These aren't just technical choices, they're your choices. They reflect you. It's your signature. Now let's look at mindset, perception, and flow. From a psychological point of view, drawing the same thing over and over again promotes flow state. You really understand your subject. You feel comfortable. Flow state is that magical state where time disappears, self-judgment fades, and creativity flows freely. And that's where the real art happens. Also, repeating forms allows for visual meditation, the act of seeing deeply, of slowing down your nervous system and connecting with your surroundings. Now here's a bonus, especially if you love drawing in nature. Did you know that nature-based drawings has been shown to reduce cortisol levels and improve focus? Here's something that I want you to try. Pick one subject, say a flower, a blossom, a tree, or even a bowl of fruit. Draw it at least once a day, but change something. The medium, the light, or simply change your feeling. When you're walking, walk with your subject in mind. When you're doing your chores, while you're doing something mundane, imagine it. Redraw it in your head over and over. How would you change it? How would you make it different? How would you improve it? Where would the shadow be? Where would the shadow fall if the sun was higher or lower? How would you draw it in pencil, in pen, or would you paint it instead? You are not wasting time. You are processing visually. You are building fluency, and in the end, drawing the same thing isn't just simple practice. It's about connecting. The more we return to a subject, the more it reveals about itself and about us. The cherry blossom became my teacher and eventually my voice. So next time you feel a little stuck, don't reach for something new. Go back and draw the same thing again and again. Not repeat it, but rediscover it. Repetition isn't boring, it's a superpower for artists. As you probably know, one of my favorite mediums is pastels, and I have 3 upcoming videos in this series exploring the power of repetition through drawing the same subject. Really mastering your subject. That's the power of repetition. What's something you've drawn more than once? What did it teach you? Don't forget, sometimes the key to finding your style is simply coming home to the things you already love? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned for the next videos in this series. Wishing you so much love. Peace.